Good afternoon and welcome to Jadwin Gym at Princeton University. We're here for high school wrestling, the state finals. We are now to the stage where it's only the survivors. Earlier this week, on Wednesday night, it all began right here at Jadwin. Now there are 24 left. There are 12 weight classes. In about 2 hours, 12 kids will be smiling and 12 more will be very disappointed. High school wrestling, the state championships. Good afternoon, I'm Bill Perry.
Thanks, Bill. I'm Pete Nictakis. And you're right, we're down to 24 men out of a starting field of 190. And let me say, there are no losers. When you get to the Final Four like we've had today, nobody's a loser. And the margin of difference between number 1, 2, 3, and 4 is very, very small. In fact, I dare say that we'll have 12 state champs today. And if these same boys wrestle tomorrow, we might have 12 different state champs. It's that close. New Jersey wrestling is clearly among the very best in the country, and the stands are loaded with college coaches today. They're out in good number looking at these boys. It's especially exciting because in addition to the perennial teams that we have represented, such as Hunterdon Central, they're back again, Pemberton's back again. These boys are always around. They've got great programs. But there are a couple new kids on the block. We've got I'm not sure the name, Absamegi from Absagami, all right, from down around Atlantic City. I've never seen them up here. And we have somebody from my hometown, Trenton, New Jersey. Trenton High School's represented.
In the heavyweight class.
Right, Joe Hayes. He just keeps winning. Everybody waits for Joe to lose. He just keeps coming along. So as I said, these are new kids on the block, and we're all very proud of them. I think, Bill, we can look for extremely sophisticated wrestling. The kids get better every year. And the fans keep their eyes open. They're going to see some moves even the college boys weren't doing a few years ago.
You're looking at John Bonner. We're about set for the first match of the afternoon at 101 pounds. John Bonner, 24-1 this year. His career record 36-5-2. He's out of Phillipsburg. He's coached by Jan Dutt. He's unseeded. He'll wear number 3, and he is a sophomore. And his opponent this afternoon, Sal LaCourte, 29-4 on the year, career 52-7. He's out of DePaul, coached by Tony Sparacchio. He's unseeded. He'll wear number 10, and he's a junior. Bill Perry and Pete Nictakis ready to go at Jadwin. A long afternoon of high school wrestling, 12 championship matches. Pete, what do we look for right away? These guys, of course, the lightest.
Well, these guys really move. And for most of these little boys, wrestling is their only sport. They're not like football players or baseball players. Wrestling is it. So you can look for a lot of motion, a lot of movement, and real aggressive finesse-type moves. Oh, we had an attempt. That was an attempt at a fireman's, and Phillipsburg goes to his back. Sal LaCourte from DePaul got his takedown.
So LaCourte gets the first 2 points. 2-minute periods, 3 of them. Of course, it ends immediately with the pin if we'll have one. Do you expect to see a lot of pins this afternoon?
At this level, I really don't expect to see it. The boys are all good, and they're all good counter wrestlers, and they don't make sloppy mistakes. You know, I think the only time you see a pin here is if somebody is desperate toward the end of the match, is desperate and does something just sort of out of desperation. Then he might get a little careless and get pinned.
LaCourte leads it 2-0. We're midway through the first period. 1 minute in, it's a 2-minute period.
Yeah, LaCourte's riding with that one leg inside, with his left leg inside, a nice cross-body ride, and a move like this can tie a wrestler up. And Ernie Zuberer, who is refereeing, he's letting him do it. As long as he feels that with that leg tied up, LaCourte is working for a fall, he'll let him work that way.
Pete, explain the significance of the riding time.
Well, riding time means that if either wrestler has a total of 1 minute or more accumulated during the match in which he had an advantage over his opponent, and that's worth 1 point. Now, right now, Sal LaCourte's on top, so he's accumulating riding time, and this can be critical. LaCourte's a pinner. He goes after him.
Only 10 seconds left in the period.
And we had a reversal.
So we're even at 2, period about to end. Counting down at 3, 2, 1, and that's it for the first period. So it's 2-2, John Bonner and Sal LaCourte.
Bonner did that in the nick of time, Bill. He didn't have much time left. They flip a disc here, Bill, red or green, and wherever it lands, he gets a choice of wanting top or bottom position.
I thought someone threw a Frisbee at him.
No. So Barma had the choice, and he's going to take top position.
So this one looks like it's going to go right down to the wire. Riding time could be critical. It's close.
Well, right now, yes, but it's early.
Okay, second period just underway. John Bonner out of Phillipsburg and Sal LaCourte out of DePaul. It's 2-2. LaCourte got 2 points early in that first period, and Bonner got 2 late. Bonner from Phillipsburg on top.
Bonner's got a nice tight ride up on top of Phillipsburg. It appears, Bill, what you said, you might be right. These boys right now look like they're pretty evenly matched. Barma can't establish real good control, real tight control, but LaCourte can't really break off either.
Both wrestlers came in unseeded, and here they are in the state finals at 101 pounds. Minute 10 to go in the middle period. It's still 2-2.
Okay. Barma's shooting for a pin. What happened? LaCourte tried to switch, and Barma got a counter and managed to sink a half Nelson, and then we thought for a second we might get a turn, but it didn't happen.
No points.
Right.
John Bonner is a sophomore, Sal LaCourte a junior, so both should be back next year, but I don't think they're thinking about next year, next week, tomorrow. They're thinking right now each of them wants this state title.
Yeah, bet your life, Bill. Well, Bonner seems to have no trouble controlling him. He's not close to getting a pin. He doesn't look like he's really working for a pin, but he's having no trouble maintaining control.
Only 10 seconds to go in the second period.
Oh.
Still 2-2.
We might get something here. Yeah.
There it is.
He caught him on that turn-in. He caught him on that turn-in and managed to sink a half.
And that's it for the period.
That's the period. Ernie Zuberer, the referee, was counting, I'm sure you could see it, was counting seconds with his hand, and that meant that he was going to get an automatic 2 points for a near fault. In this case, 3 points.
So it's 5-2.
It's 3 points if it's 5 seconds or more, 2 points if it's under 5 seconds. They reversed positions at the start of this period, Bill, so now we have Sal LaCourte on top.
LaCourte out of DePaul, Barna out of Phillipsburg.
There's a reversal. There's a reversal. He's got it. Barna spun around, just a nice simple turn in. He ran right around him.
So now it's 7-2, and now LaCourte has to do something in a hurry.
For a sophomore, this Barna is plenty tough. And a knowledgeable kid. He appears to be a good counter wrestler and very heady out there. Now, LaCourte has to do something fast, Bill, because what is the score? He's down 5 points.
7-2 with 1:06 to go in the third and final period.
Right, and in addition to that 7-2, Barna's picked up a minute riding time. He's tipping him again. He's tipping him again. He's picking up back points again. Well, he got a couple more. He got 3 more out of that.
So it's 10-2, 44 seconds. There's a whistle.
Well, they went off the mat. That's what the whistle was for, Bill.
John Barner, coached by Jan Dutt. Little headgear problem.
Jan Dutt does a great job up there, Bill. Jan Dutt is an old East Stroudsburg wrestler who was an excellent wrestler at East Stroudsburg, and he's year in and year out has people up here at jabbing.
All right, Barner's up 10-2 with 44 seconds to go. Now does he just try to lie there?
If he's smart, he'll just try to maintain control and not do anything careless. He doesn't need a pin. He's state champ whether he pins him or not. Whereas LaCourte, he's got to do something heavy to turn this thing around. Look at this. He's going after a pin anyway. Yeah, he's just a little bit too much for him. No question about it.
Well, it was 2-2 after that first period. Nothing doing in the second period. It's been all Bonner in the third period. He's 7 seconds away from the state championship. John Bonner out of Phillipsburg, a sophomore, unseeded, 24-1 record coming in. He has won a New Jersey state championship at 101 pounds. On a decision, the final 13-2. He racked up some more points late.
Right at the end, he had another near fall. He dominated. He really is tough.
Pete, it looks so even 2/3 of the way through.
Yeah. But you know, very often that's how it goes. The cream starts to rise. You can take a mediocre pitcher in baseball, Bill, and he'll get through.
11 out of Apsagami. We talked about that school on the open, Pete, and Pat Yates out of Highland. Yates is now to your, well, he's facing you. Out of Highland. He's on top now. Now he's on the bottom.
Nothing yet. No control. No control. Yeah, now we got 2.
All right, so 2 points for 11. 30-0 on the season. He's the 4th seed at 108 pounds. He beat last year's champion at 101 pounds, Doug Tannick of Hunterdon Central, to get here to the finals.
Yeah, he's a good wrestler. He's a real good one. Bill, you know, this is a repeat of the regionals. 11 beat Yates in the regionals.
Well, 11 is undefeated at 30-0. Yates 26-1. Obviously, that was his only defeat.
That was his only loss, yeah.
You can see the H. Yates from Highland. He's the boy with the H.
Yeah, he's the boy underneath right now. And 11 has a nice tight waist, nice tight ride on him. Tight waist and a near wrist.
11's a senior, 87-10-4 career. He's coached by Gene Barber. Yates, a junior, 45-3 career. He's coached by Ralph Ross at Highland High.
Bill, Gene Barber is from Trenton State College, and several years ago, 4 or 5 years ago, he was #2 in the nation out in, I think, in Oregon or Seattle, someplace in the NCAA. Gene Barber was a superb wrestler.
In '79, Trenton State won the Division III championship. 40 seconds to go in the first period. Still 2-0.
Is trying to break Yates flat and having a little trouble doing it, but he's still maintaining control. He rolled right with him. So even with Yates on top, it's still Levin's control, and Dick Monorati, the referee, is indicating such. Even in control, you can pin yourself, and that's what Dick was looking for. Now, Yates looks a little tired. He's got his head down. He sort of has stopped moving. He's just trying an inside switch here.
I think he's waiting for the end of the period. It comes in 3 seconds.
Well, maybe that's it. Maybe he's just said, well, no, he tried elevating. Yeah.
Now, 1:35, that's a lot of advantage time.
For one period, at the end of one period it is. That means he was taken down real early.
But it's only 2-0.
Yates had the choice, and he selected bottom. That's a little unusual. Most of the boys will take top first. So he obviously feels confident in his ability to get out from underneath. Yeah, he almost did. He almost did, but Levin just stayed with him.
Off the mat. We're at Jadwin Gym at Princeton University.
He's got that figure 4, Levin does. Both legs scissored around the waist in what we call a figure 4. And he'll try to pin him from that. And if he can't get anything out of that, then Dick Maserati will call a stalemate. I might point out to you, Bill, that in addition to Dick Maserati, the referee, there are 2 mat judges. In this case, Bob Duttworth and Dick Mearshak. And if they see something, if they see a call that they disagree with, they'll stand up and indicate it to the official on the mat, and a discussion will ensue. And if the 2 mat judges overrule the official, then he'll go along with them. And it's a big help. I'm an official myself, and it's always nice to have these 2 fellas out there.
It's interesting to me that you have 3 officials to watch 2 guys wrestling. In a basketball game, the 3 official rule is still up in the air. Certain conferences, leagues go for it and others don't.
Well, yeah, but in basketball, the ball goes in the hoop or it doesn't. Out here, this is all judgment. Who has control and who doesn't have control. Who's stalling and who isn't stalling.
They won't miss much. 3 guys watching 2.
That's right. At least 2 out of the 3 will agree with something, and it's like having 3 people watching a car accident. Sometimes you get 3 different opinions as to what happened. But it's always a lot of security to know that you, as an official, are not entirely, the onus of responsibility is not entirely yours.
Second period winding down, 15 seconds to go. It's still 2-0. The riding time an incredible 3:25. So it's really a matter of just hanging in with that 2-0 lead.
Well, you see, now we go into the 3rd period. Bill, we go into the 3rd period with 11 on top, 2-0. And he starts this period on the bottom. Now this means that Yates is going to have to work hard to turn him to get points. And Levin, really, all he has to do is just take it easy and make a reasonable attempt to look alive down there so he doesn't get called for stalling.
He's got all that riding time accumulated.
Right.
He can just be there the whole period, not lose the riding time.
He got out anyway. He got out. He got 1 point, but it looks like a takedown. Very close to it. He got the headlock. No, Levin's tough. He didn't give in.
Undefeated wrestler at 30-0, and it's 3-0.
Yates whipped him down with a headlock, but Levin is a rough customer. He squirmed right away from it, so there was no takedown.
So he picked up a point 15 seconds into the 3rd period. It's now 3-0.
He just tried to shrug him by. He's a very active kid. He's not going to sit. To his credit, nice. He's got a double leg takedown there. To his credit, Bill, he's not going to ride on that 2-0 or 3-0 lead. He's working all the way.
5-0. They're off the mat. Stoppage of action, so they'll go back to the middle. Levin came in 4th seeded. Yates unseeded.
Okay, there was a false start. A caution. Now Dick gave a caution to the top man. The top man made a false start. Now if he does a false start again, he'll lose a point.
But it's clean.
Oh yeah, just a little anxious, jumped the gun.
Look at this.
Well, there's nothing unusual about what he's got on him there, Bill. Now he's just got that leg bulldog. Stalemate. Good call. Good call. Stalemate, Bill, neither man could improve his position. And rather than just let him waste the period that way, Dick broke it up.
Help us out.
One minute to go in the 3rd and final period. Vinnie Levin from Apsagami with a 5-0 lead over Pat Yates.
He's dominating him, I'll tell you.
At 108 pounds, it looks like Levin is going to join John Bonner as a state champion. Bonner over Sal LaCourte at 101 pounds in the 1st match.
Frankly, Levin is as superb a wrestler as he is. He wants a pin, and it's easy to get careless. I wouldn't risk anything. Yates, although he's losing, is no easy mark.
So we've seen that really in the 2 matches thus far. Kid has the lead. We thought he'd just sit on it, but they're going for a little bit more.
That's right.
Bonner picked up 3 points in his match right at the final whistle.
Yeah, there's I think an escape. No, Dick says the same man's got control.
Only 7 seconds. Here's the countdown.
Yates had an escape, but he just didn't realize it.
So it's a whitewash. Vinnie Levin
That final score, Bill,
6-0.
6-0, is no indication as to the dominance. 11 clearly dominated.
We saw as I was talking about, where the top 2 seeds have advanced and gotten to where everyone thought they would be.
Just what they made the Cedars look good. That's right. Well, both boys have their work cut out for them. You're looking at 2 superb wrestlers. Jacato comes from a great wrestling family.
He's only a sophomore.
It seems I've been looking at the name Jacato in state finals for I don't know how many years. And he had to work real hard in the semis to beat Greg Rizzo.
He's from Madison Central, and John Browning is from Cherry Hill West. Browning, the senior,
he's in tight on that near ankle.
undefeated this year is John Browning.
Jacato got in real tight on that near ankle, but Browning's not giving him a thing. Browning has a far half in there, and Hosea Payne, the referee now, called the stalemate. Browning, Bill, in the semis had a dramatic, sudden win with a takedown with a headlock and put his man to his back, and it happened so fast I almost couldn't see it, but he's obviously one of these guys. He was losing in that match, and he's one of these guys you don't count out.
Okay, with the color scheme here, jersey is actually purple and a bluish gray, but Browning is in the darker jersey.
Jacato shoots from very far out, but he still manages to come up with that ankle. That's twice he's shot from way out, and twice he's come up with it. But he has a little, Browning's tough, and Jacato has trouble finishing it. He's in tight, and he just can't seem to finish it.
No score. 22 seconds remaining in the first period. The first 2 matches, rather decisive wins for John Bonner and Vinnie Levin, both decisioning their opponents. And it looks like this one's going to be scoreless after 1.
Yeah, they're off the mat.
1 second to go in the first period.
Yeah, 2 tough kids.
Jacato, coached by Ken Scott at Madison Central, and Browning, Frank McAleer at Cherry Hill West.
Browning.
Off the mat
right.
in 3 seconds.
Very fast stand-up. Browning gets out of there in a hurry.
These 2 are the top 2 seeds at 115 pounds.
I thought he had a full Nelson there, but I know Hosea, the referee, he'd never let that go. Hosea, one of the state's best.
And we'll get a whistle right there.
Jacato maintained control. He didn't have much. He had a tight waist and a half while Browning was on his feet, but it's enough to keep Browning under control. He's up again. Browning runs out of there fast, and that's a nice counter. He just dropped right down to his ankles and picked him up again. Yeah, that's what he likes to do. He likes to ride with one arm underhook and that half Nelson in there.
Point difference.
Right.
And the bottom 2 digits, the important digits, the score. And right now, this one is scoreless with just a minute to go in the second period.
That looks like a neutral. That's a reversal. That's a reversal and back points. That's going to be at least a 4 or a 5-pointer for Browning.
So Browning, the number 2 seed, takes the lead 2-0, and they're off the mat. Only 2 points.
He got 2 on that one, yeah.
And now it's 4-0. Now explain that.
So that's why he got a 4-pointer out of it. And now we'll see if Browning can ride Jacato. And Jacato spinning out. He's got a neutral. Hosea Payne, the referee, gave the 1. So both boys are neutral. The riding time stops.
And Browning, 30-0 this year, but only seeded second. And he has the lead over Jacoto, who's the -- 1 seed. He was the runner-up last year in the States at 108, unless you get something going.
Look at this. He whipped him down. He likes those upper body moves, this Browning. So he's picked up another couple points for that takedown.
So unless Jacoto gets something going, he's going to be the runner-up again in the States, this time at 115, because he is down 6-0. 2 periods, 6-1.
He's out. Jacoto's out again. That nice little sit out and turn in.
So it's 6-2.
And do you see, Bill, what I mean? How far away he shoots for that leg, for that single? He shoots from far away, but he comes up with it. He's for his size, for his weight, he's a rangy kid. And lightning fast. He can shoot from far out and get away with it.
Well, he's a sophomore, so he's, what, 15, 16 years old. He moved up 1 weight class from a year ago. So you say his range, he'll probably be up to 122 next year.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Runner-up in the States as a freshman last year at 108. He's trailing this match 6-2 with 1:20 to go in the 3rd period at 115 pounds.
These boys are still neutral. There's no control, so Josiah didn't give anybody a takedown yet. There's no control. Yeah, now he gave it to Jacoto. I frankly couldn't see it from over here.
First you were looking at Browning's corner and then Jacoto's. Not much reaction there. It's still 6-2, less than a minute to go.
Off the mat with no control. Jacoto shot again from far away, and this time Browning was ready for him. Oh, but a nice second move by Jacoto.
Well, he needs points in a hurry.
Yeah. Yeah, he got two. He got two. Browning got two. No, wait a minute. Who did he give that two to? I think he gave the two to Jacoto. Yes, he gave it to Jacoto.
They're off the mat with 17 seconds.
And it was a good call.
6-4.
And it was a good call. Josiah right on the ball again.
Browning from Cherry Hill West on the bottom. Madison Central, Jacoto on top.
And Jacoto has to get him on his back, and he's going to
10 seconds.
Pull out all the stops.
Browning trying to hold on.
Well, look at this. Jacoto might do it. Yes, yes.
Now let's see what happens, because the buzzer went off and they gave him the 2 points. If they did, it's even at 6. We'll go to an overtime.
Well, what about riding time?
All right, now wait a minute. It's 6-6.
I think Jacoto had a point riding time.
He's got it because of the riding time.
Yeah. If he's got it. Oh, boy. What a pity for Browning to lose it in the closing seconds, but Jacoto wanted it. Oh, what a job.
In dramatic fashion.
Yes, sir.
At 115 pounds.
Well, the fans, at least some of the fans don't like it.
Well, there was some controversy in that match.
Well, that takedown call was a little close, that they had the discussion and did not give the takedown. And then this last takedown that was questionable, but it was a good call.
At 122 pounds, you're looking at Joe Duca, the #1 seed, 27-2 this year, 93-8-2 in his career. He is the defending state champion at 122 pounds. His opponent, Orlando Cesaris, 30-0 this year, 78-3-1 for his career from Pemberton. He's the #2 seed this year. He won at 115 pounds last year in the state, and Cesaris earlier this season beat Duca in a dual meet. Cesaris undefeated at 30-0. Duca has lost twice.
Almost.
Duca's the #1 seed simply because he won this championship last year, 122 pounds. 2 state champions last year hooking up right here. Duca trying to repeat at 122 pounds. Cesaris, who won at 115 last year, moving up.
Bill, you're going to see this Duca is an extremely physical wrestler. Oh,
He's
what a slick move. Oh, what a slick move.
Quickness.
He didn't keep it down. Oh, almost another one. I was about to say, you're going to see 2 different kinds of kids here. Duca is very strong and physical, and Caceres is as slick as greased lightning, and he wastes very little movement.
Caceres with the higher socks in the green, Duca in the red. 1 minute into the first period.
Oh, there's another ankle pick. Caceres is very impressive. He doesn't waste an awful lot of motion, and he never stops. If you stop to catch your breath, he'll hit you with something. He's an excellent wrestler, very slick.
Duca out of Paulsboro, Caceres out of Pemberton. The coaches. Duca's coach at Paulsboro, Bob Frederick. Caceres coached by Milt Sisler at Pemberton.
Duca was in nice and tight with a single that time, and Caceres wizarded out of it. Standard counter. Two good kids. Finesse against power. Although they both have their fair share of power and finesse.
When Caceres beat Duca earlier this season,
there it is,
Tool
takedown. He's got two. There it is. Mearshak gave him the two. He just snapped and spun around him.
So it's 2-0. Caceres has the lead. He is undefeated. First period about to end. And there it is. Caceres leads 2-0.
He got it. My opinion right now, from what I've seen in the quarterfinals, Bill, and I'll have to be perfectly honest with you, Bill. I don't know how they arrive at that decision.
I think
it's purely subjective because, he's just stood up and spun away, peeled those hands off and spun away.
3-0. Caceres coming in here undefeated, but only.
Look here, look here. Spun him right down to his back. He got the takedown, and he's going to get back points out of it. No, I guess he won't. No,
5-0.
Didn't have him enough for back points. The fans are booing. They want back points out of it, but they didn't give it to him. Now, there's going to be an officials discussion. I think the officials might think that he deserved back points on that. Bill, just before they went off the mat, Duca here had a neutral, so they'll go back in a standing position. But the discussion is whether or not he had back points, I'm sure. Yes. Dick Mearshak now just gave him back points. So now they're neutral, but that was a 4-pointer. He got a takedown and back points.
All right, so it's 7-1. Where did Duca get his point?
He escaped just at the buzzer when they went off the mat, rather. Just at the whistle when they went off the mat. He escaped. He got a neutral. Excellent balance. Two good kids.
Wrestling observer, but I have found sitting here this afternoon that the fans, they really know their stuff.
Well, they think they know their stuff. Let's put it that way. As a wrestling official, I'll tell you, I wish they did know it, but look at this. What a move. This kid is slick. Right to his back. Another 2-pointer right to his back. He is slick.
Great shot there.
Oh, excellent move. Excellent move. Just putting the pressure on him.
All that training. Look at that pain.
He's got 42 seconds left, and all he has to do is lay there. And Duca, I'll tell you, he's got the heart of a lion. He's not giving an inch.
He's down 9-1.
And fighting all the way. If he loses it with a pin here, it won't be because he wasn't working. He's fighting all the way. Oh, he's got it. He's got it. Yeah. Oh,
first
what a
pin
job.
of the afternoon.
What a job.
Orlando Caceres.
This kid is slick. He's one of the best I've seen. He's slick. Yes, sir.
He came in 30-0, but seeded second. I explained why. Because Duca had won the title at 122 last year. Caceres, the 115-pound champion a year ago. 129 pounds, Busey, unseeded. Busey's a senior and Scove a junior.
Bill, let me tell you, this is also a repeat of last week's regional. And if you think these kids aren't evenly matched, Scove won 3-2 in overtime. So don't look for anybody to dominate here. Oh, Scove in on a single, beautiful on a single, and a nice counter. Oh, look at this. He's got that figure 4 on the upper body. I don't think I've seen that one. Look at this. He's got that figure 4 with on the upper body.
Busey on legal, top.
But no points. Stalemate. Good call, John. No points. No takedown with that. That was John Tettis jumping in. John Tettis from Burlington County Community College.
This our 5th of 12 matches. New Jersey State High School Wrestling Finals.
These boys know each other real well, and it's hard to set something up. Well, now there's a nice single. Ron Busey, a nice single, but he can't finish it. He's got it. There's two. Busey got his takedown, 2-0.
Busey with over 100 wins in his career. 101, 11-1 is his record out of South River.
Look, he's trying to crank him over with back points now.
He's unseated. Skov seated third, but Busey has the lead with 35 seconds to go in the period.
Bill Busey's really got him tied up nice and tight. He's got an arm bar in there nice and tight, and he's got the pressure on that one thigh, probably on both thighs. I can't see from here. And I'm not sure that he can really turn him from that point of view. He'll have to come out to the side if he wants to turn him with it. But a nice tight ride. Very tough.
Bill Perry and Pete Natakis at Jadwin Gym at Princeton. That's it for the first period. Busey with the...
Skov start on top. Busey had no trouble standing up like that. Look at here. He's awfully high. Skov is riding awfully high. Although now he did come back and get some coverage behind.
Skov without a loss this year, 28-0. Coming up in the next match at 135, we'll see his brother Luke, 32-0. The brothers, 60-0.
Now you see, Bill, you might get a call for stalling here because Busey really isn't doing much, and he's got that 2-point lead, and he might be very happy to just stay down there. So John Tedis, the referee, is going to be talking to him to make him move a little bit. And you have to wonder, is he being overpowered right now, or is he stalling? And it's a tough call to make, and this is why it's great to have mat judges, see what they come up with.
Do you think he's stalling?
To tell you the truth, I do. He didn't make a move down there.
It looked like he was expending a lot of energy just by looking at his arms, right?
Well, you have to expend energy or get turned over. That first good stand-up, and then he said, oh, but there's a nice turn in. He might come up with something here. But in the opinion of the Moose out there, he wasn't stalling, and his is the opinion that counts.
30 seconds to go in the second period. Still 2-0.
There's very little activity. Skov obviously can't. Now the mat judges are standing up. I think we're going to get a stall. He's calling it for both men. Yes, he's calling it both men. The top man has the responsibility of working for the fall, and the Moose didn't think he was working for it, and the bottom man was just lying there. So we have a warning on both men. Now, if they stall again, it's going to cost them a point.
Well, that's going to do it for period number 2.
He picked up 1:06 riding regionals.
And you mentioned it was 3-2.
3-2 in overtime. That's right.
So this one's going about the same way as that one did. Low scoring.
Well, he needs a reversal. Stove has to get out and make a reversal. If he gets his reversal and rides out, there it is. Now he's got a reversal. So it's 2-2, but remember now, Stove, now wait, am I right or wrong? I said Stove has riding time advantage. I guess I'm wrong. I guess Busey has
corner. Busey.
I guess Busey has riding time advantage.
Without driving you wild with colors, there are 2 corners, red and green. We have 2 wrestlers wearing red and green, and they're not. The red is not in the red corner.
That's
so. Thanks a lot, guys.
All right. But Stove now is picking up riding time. He does have over a minute riding time, Stove. So if the match finishes like this with Stove on top, he'll win it 3-2.
Busey's only loss during the season came to Skov.
Busey's got to move. He's got to hit something. Look at this. Look at this. He might have something here. Yeah, Busey's out. Busey's out. But you see, Stove still kept that single leg. And he won't get that reversal with that single leg. I think probably we're going to get a stalemate here with neither man able to improve his position.
30 seconds to go.
It's still green control.
It's 2-2.
Stalemate, yeah. All right, I figured that was coming.
When you say green control, let's explain that again. That's the corner.
Right, right. It's who's wearing the green anklet. Busey's working hard now, trying to get out of there. He's becoming desperate. Nice move. Nice move. A very good recovery.
Counting down.
Well, there you are. 3-2 again. That's 2 times.
So Jude Scove from Long Branch at 135 pounds. Crowley out of North Bergen with a 25-1 record, seated 3rd in this weight class. And he's going up against the #1 seed, Luke Scove. Luke out of Long Branch trying to join his brother Judd as a state champion. Luke, the #1 seed here, won the state championship a year ago at 129 pounds. Luke Scove in the green. Crowley in the yellow. Crowley out of North Bergen, Scove out of Long Branch. This is match number 6 out of 12.
Official card on that last bout. The winner, number...
Nice single, and a hard counter by, Scove is good. Scove is good. He missed one move and came up with another. He's got a single in there nice and tight now. It's at the edge of the mat, so he won't finish it. He was in nice and tight on that single. Crowley strong. Equipment adjustment.
And Luke, wrestling here, was the state champion last year at 129. He moves up to 135, and his brother Jude wins at 129 this time around.
And a single ankle. Crowley's in on that single. Scove is very, very slick. Off the mat. No takedown. Off the mat.
Crowley 25-1 this year, 73-18-1 career. Scove has only lost once in his career. 83-1-1 is his
double
overall.
leg. Nice. I'll tell you, Crowley is very impressive with his ability to counter. Scove was in very tight for just an instant on that double leg, and Crowley pushed right out of it.
20 seconds to go in the first period. No score.
I think what Scove has to be careful. Many times when you get a real good kid like Scove, who's used to taking his... Look at this. Nice ankle pick. Nice ankle pick. I think he had 2. No, Josiah said no takedown. Well, he said no. I guess he was right because the mat judges agreed with him. What happens? You take a kid like Scove who's used to getting these takedowns. Sometimes he gets impatient. Says it's a minute's gone by and I don't have my 2 points yet.
Well, a period's gone by and he doesn't have his 2 points.
He left himself open. I tell you, he was very close to giving up 2.
Diaz versus Kelly, Buzzy, and Scove. That's Jude. When you get your breath.
Crowley in the semifinals came up with a sudden pin over Rutledge from Phillipsburg. A real dramatic sudden pin. Look at that. Oh my goodness, that Scove makes it look so easy.
1-0. So he gets a point 10 seconds into the second period.
Skov tried to duck under. It was blocked, so he came right back with something else, which was also blocked. But that's the way he wrestles. You know, very often after a wrestler successfully blocks a move, he kind of takes a breather, Bill, sort of congratulates himself on blocking that move, and is very vulnerable at that instant. And I don't know why more wrestlers don't hit immediately after that first move is blocked. Come right in with something else. Skov doesn't, but he's up against a tough kid who can counter.
And we'll get a whistle.
You see, Bill, there's no point awarded here. Both boys are still in neutral, but nobody's stalling. These two kids are working hard. It's just that they're even. They're very even. Nice and tight. Stove is in tight on that single leg, but Crowley doesn't give up an inch. He's going to give it up now. He's got 2 now. Stove got his 2.
So it's 3-0 now. Skov in the green on top with the lead. Now, Pete, let me ask you this. These guys are working hard.
We got a nice Crowley.
3-1.
Excuse me, Bill. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you short. I just got excited there. It was a nice elevator, and he came out with a neutral. Go ahead. What were you saying?
That's 1 point there. I wanted to ask you the fact that these kids wrestled, what, 2-3 hours ago.
Right.
They wrestled last night, and they wrestled a few days ago when it all began. So all of them have to be in just super shape.
That's right.
But from watching the semis, have you noticed anything where someone looked maybe let it hurt in 2 minutes?
That's right. Forget about it. You're right, Bill. And, you know, a good wrestler like Crowley, any of the boys at this stage, that ankle's not going to bother them that much, because most of the wrestling now is going to be on the mat. Going takedowns, that ankle would be a hindrance. But it's not a sport like basketball where he has to be cutting back and forth.
Let's see, he's not even limping a period. All he needs is a quick reversal, and he's back even. Just trails by 2. But
right.
Skov is tough, undefeated.
And a very good rider. Very good rider. Stays right with him.
#1 seed here at 135 pounds, state champ last year at 129. Only a junior. The question, will he go up to 141 next year and try to make it 3 straight at 3 different weight classes?
Maybe. Josiah Payne just gave a warning for stalling to Skov. He felt that Skov was not trying to turn his man. And that's the objective up top. You work for the pin. I think both these boys are tired, Bill. There's really not much motion. You see, Skov has that one ankle tied up. He's got that one leg, or he did. Yeah, he covered it again. He keeps that leg bulldogged, and he puts in that half. But really, to turn a man, you can't do it with that one leg tied up. He's going to have to come out to the side. So he's making sort of a feeble gesture at pinning his man, but he's not really working for it.
30 seconds to go. Still 3-1. Skov leads it. 135-pound weight class.
Now the mat judges are standing up. They want a stalling call, I'm sure. Up top, yeah. So they gave 1 point to Crowley because they feel that Skov was stalling.
So it's 3-2 with 20 seconds to go.
That's not that bad a call, I'll tell you. He had that 2-point lead, and there's no reason that Josiah should just let him sit out the period by riding.
Now, with only 20 seconds, could he be penalized again for stalling?
He could be penalized. When I'm officiating, I'll stick somebody for stalling, and then I'll count to 5. If they don't make a good attempt in that count of 5, I'll stick them again.
Well, only 5 seconds to go.
Look here, he's getting back points now.
So that's going to wrap it up.
That's 2 more.
And Skov's going to win it. I guess the final will be 5-2, right? 6-2.
6-2. He had riding time.
So Luke Skov joins his brother Jude as a champion. Luke Skov winning at 135 pounds. Back-to-back state championships for that young man. Last year winning at 129.
Nice job. Nice job. Scholes, very talented wrestler. And Crowley's got nothing.
Seated. And he's going up against the guy who's also wearing blue, so we should have fun in this one. James Tenbrook out of Millville. He's the favorite. He's the #2 seed. 27-1 this season. Tenbrook will have the M on the middle of that jersey, both in blue.
Yeah, Tenbrook also has the bare legs.
Yeah, that's a good way to identify him. Tenbrook's a senior, and Gottlieb a junior. Gottlieb out of Westfield, Tenbrook out of Millville.
Looks like we're going to have 2 plus back points. Plus back points. Yes. Very snappy.
So Tenbrook takes the early
Look,
lead.
he's still got him. He's still pressing for it. Huh? And they're back to neutral.
5-0, 5-1.
5-1, right. Back to neutral.
One minute into the first period.
Oh, he tried, I think he tried to sit through with a fireman's carry then, Gottlieb, and just got stopped short. Tenbrook, Bill, appears to be very strong. He appears to be a real strong kid.
That's his corner. You can see it in the background. Dave Nader is his coach. Suddenly very quiet at Chadwin.
Yeah. I hear somebody yelling for a stalemate call. Now you can see these boys, this just shows you how much he knows. There's no stalemate. A stalemate means neither man can improve his position, and neither man had anything on the other. I mean, either guy could have gone. Certainly no stalemate. You see, Bill, I have rabbit ears. I'm an official, and I've heard the boos so many times. He's in on that single. Tenbrook is in on that single.
That's it for the period.
Oh, let's see if he gave it to him. Bob Duckworth said no takedown. It happened too late.
Tenbrook will be on top. He has the lead. 5-1.
He's out. He's out. No, not quite. Yeah, there's a, he's got 2. He's going to get 4 out of this one. Yeah, nice Granby. He rolled right through Gottlieb with that Granby. That's a great move. That's a quick 4-pointer. What do you give 3? That's a quick 5-pointer, and now we got a 6-5 ball game.
So Gottlieb takes the lead.
He's trying to cradle him here. Gottlieb is trying to cradle, but there's just too much room. Tenbrook's not gonna give him that.
30 seconds into the second period. Gottlieb has turned it around. He leads 6-5, and
now we got a stalemate here. Suddenly, Bill, right after that situation when when Tenbrook was reversed and put to his back, now all of a sudden he seems tired. Now this might be just what I was talking about. That adrenaline wears off a little bit. This is not to say he's not going to come back, but he just all of a sudden appeared to be, his head went down. He looks a little tired. Well, for being tired, he's putting in a nice, hard, tight whizzer, I'll tell you that. You can look for Tenbrook to stand up right off the whistle. I was watching him earlier, and that seems to be what he likes. He stands up and turns in real quick.
All right, let's see. He's on the bottom, of course, and let's see what happens.
There he comes.
Goes.
Yeah, and he likes to peel and turn. Yeah, nice trip. Nice, oh, look at here, look at here. He got one. Excellent call. That was an excellent call, because even though there may have been a change of control, at the time they went off the mat, there was no control. So that was an excellent call. Oh, Bob Duckworth looking good.
Gary Keeler in Phil Gottlieb's corner. Keeler to your right, partially obscured by the referee, the Westfield coach. 6-6. There's the other corner. Dave Nader coaches James Tenbrook.
We got an injury
Little
timeout.
conference injury in the other corner. Gotlick.
Gotlick has something. They use up that injury timeout.
6-6. 55 seconds to go in the second period. Good match.
Yeah, these boys are very close. Tenbrook was very impressive in the semis. He had a pin over John Mineo from Scotch Plains, and Mineo is a fine wrestler. But it happened so fast, I really couldn't watch. I couldn't get a good opinion of Tenbrook. He put him away so fast. Nothing happening. All right, Bob Duckworth is giving both men a warning for stalling. They're a little tired and a little tentative. It's a 6-6 match, so nobody wants to do anything risky.
And the period's winding down. That'll do it. Tenbrook again. You feel Pete will look for him to stand up.
Well, that's what I would have guessed, but that's not what he tried. Maybe because it was blocked the first couple times. And Gotlick just has that near ankle tied up. He's just bulldogging that ankle, picking up on a far ankle. Look here. I thought Tenbrook might be coming out with something, but Gotlick still has his legs tied up. Yep, popped his head out, and he's still in pretty good shape. In fact, he's in very good shape. He's got that one leg figure forward, and he's trying to get a reverse arm bar on this one side. Excellent. And Bob Duckworth just called the stalemate. Neither man could do anything.
1:17 left.
Now let's see if it's try his stand up. Yep, he came right up with it. He's good. He comes up fast. Now he's trying to do a nice whip over that Pete Blair from Navy used to do, but he couldn't do it. Good control by Gotlick.
If Gotlick's hanging in, Tenbrook would have to be considered the favorite. He's the #2 seed. Gotlick unseeded. It's still 6-6 with 59 seconds left in the third period.
Well, all Gotlick has to do is ride it out because he's got a minute-and-a-half riding time already.
And only 59 left.
Bad start. Who's got the caution? The bottom man. I guess Tenbrook made a false start underneath. We couldn't see it from here.
Pete, how do you feel about the fact that riding time could come into play for sure and decide a match? Do you like that idea?
Yeah, I think it's excellent. New Jersey is one of the few states that has it. All the colleges, the NCAA has it, and New Jersey has it, and maybe one or two other states. I think it's excellent. I think if you can control your man for a minute or more, it ought to count for something. And it plays a part in strategy. So I like it. But it looks like Tenbrook rather, is out of there. He got a reversal, and he got back points besides. So he's just picked up 4 points for himself.
Well, we saw the riding time come into play at 115 pounds when Jacateau won 7-6 and got that point for riding time. Here it won't come into play with just 15 seconds to go in the match. It's now 10-6.
Tenbrook pulled it out. He's popped that reversal and took him right to his back. Oh, and another reversal. So you know this is going to end up 10-9. Yep. It's going to end up 10-9.
Incredible, because it was 6-6 with, what, 30 seconds to go. Tenbrook knew he was a loser because of the riding time. He picked up 4 quick points to go up 10-6 and hung on to win at 10-9.
Yes, sir. Two good kids. That was a
good match.
That was an excellent match.
Phillipsburg's Bob Moyer in the green out of Ramapo, and Moyer from Phillipsburg in the gray and white. A lot of hand movement as we get underway.
Boys are a little nervous. Well, there's only about 10,000 people here watching them, Bill.
And countless others on New Jersey public television.
A nice double. He got in on that double and got his takedown. Very nice job, Cannon.
2 points for Mark Cannon.
Yeah, he bolted in. And Moyer is moving fast. He doesn't want to stay down there. Spinning out. He's not. He didn't. Well, Dick Maserati gave him his one. He faced him and he gave him a neutral. Well, that's a call that might get a little flack. I think they're going to talk that one over. He might have really had control. Coach Happy.
So it's 2-0 Cannon. Taking the point away from Moyer.
Well, if he wants points, that's what I tell these kids. Don't put the pressure on the referee. Do your work in the middle of the mat. Then there's no question. Look here, if he turned, well, he's got a body scissors on him and maintain control. Very cool customer, Cannon. Look here, now we got a reversal. Moyer picked up a reversal here and back points. Back points.
Almost
He's got that front cradle.
Down.
Front cradle. He's close.
He's trying to get off the mat.
Yeah, he got a 5-pointer, a reversal and near fall. And now they're off the mat. Instead of sitting in the stands complaining about us, fellas, come on out, take the test, and we'd love to have you. Contact any wrestling official you know, and he'll tell you how to go about it. Okay, Dick, I did it.
All right, so it's 5-2 now. Moyer leads it.
Yeah, Moyer disappointed me in the finals, in the semifinals. He beat a good Greek kid, Dino Kostanakis, and boy, we don't get too many of them up here. So I don't know, now maybe Dino's going to be back at the... Good roll, and nice coverage. Moyer stays with him. Moyer manages to maintain control. He just hooked that leg in like it was the easiest thing in the world. He's got that crossbody ride, nothing to it. He's got a half on the far side, and he can pick up points with that. Good coverage. Moyer's tough.
You see that riding time adding up in the clock. 37, 38.
All right, now we got a reversal. Yep, we got a reversal.
So it's 5-4. As Cannon picks up a couple of points.
Yep. Moyer spins out with a neutral. And Cannon came right back in with a double. They go off the mat with no control. Yeah.
So just as it appeared that gaining some advantage time, Cannon turned it around, picked up 2 points, got right back in the match. It's 5-4.
Look here, now he's going to get a takedown. Look here. Yes, that's 2. Yes, definitely. Picked up his takedown. And if that had happened in the center of the mat, he might have been able to tip him to his back. Well, they're at the edge of the mat. Good call. No sense letting him. You see, even though they really weren't off the mat there was no place they could go but off the mat. So Dick Maserati, rather than let him just spend the match there with no place to go, he got him back inside. Moyer's strong. He's got a real hard sit-up. Look at this reversal. Reversal, he might get a pin. All right, he got his reversal. I thought he might be able to spin him to his back, but his leg was tied up. He couldn't get out to the side. Look here, now he's going to get back points, definitely. Yes.
So he regains the lead.
He picked up 2 more. And
looking for more.
He's still got a body scissor, so he's got control. He's still got a body scissor. So
only 7 seconds to go in the period. 10-6.
Well, Dick Maserati gave him a reversal. So we got 2 more for Cannon.
So it's 10-8, high-scoring match.
Yeah.
Moyer leads at 10-8.
Oh, he was going to try for a cradle there, Bill. Cannon. Couldn't lock it up. Moyer's strong. He's strong and quick. Look at that quick turn in. He stood up and turned in. He's got a neutral. Yep, there's one. He's out. Now he's trying for that ankle pick. Might as well go off the mat.
And there it is, 11-8.
And they're standing now, Bill. Neutral position. Nice double. Nice double. There's a takedown. There's 2. Well, Dick didn't get it because of that whizzer. Well, he didn't get it. Good call, Dick. Son of a gun. Yeah. Now he's got it. Now he's got it. Yes. Yes, he's going to get 5.
Cannon.
He might get it. He might get the whole
Could be
thing.
all over.
Yes. Tight. How much time's he got? A minute.
Minute to go in the 3rd period.
Minute. Oh.
Moyer really straining to get out of there.
Oh,
and he's out of there.
Job. Beautiful job, Moyer. Oh, he worked hard for that. Another takedown. Look, we're going right back again. Another takedown. No points here. No points. Dick Maserati indicated no points. He didn't have him tipped over far enough.
But there are many points in those last 30 seconds. It's now 15-12.
30 seconds to go. There's no potentially dangerous. Good call. Potentially dangerous. That knee was being pushed out to the side. It just won't go.
So Cannon has the 3-point lead.
All he needs is a reversal, and it's a tie match. And this is for a state championship, and he's a senior. He won't be back here next year. So he's got to give it all he's got. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, I thought Moyer had it. I thought Moyer had it. He sure. Oh, what a job. Tough,
Cannon,
gutsy kid.
Gonna win it.
Yep, and Cannon picked up another near fall right at the end. Yes, Cannon did a beautiful job.
To 12, the final score. 2 weight classes. Bill Dykeman, his opponent. Dykeman out of Highland, the #1 seed, trying to defend here at 158. Dykeman 29-0 this year. 98-2 career, 79 straight wins. That's a state record. So the top 2 seeds meeting right here, and both of these guys won state championships a year ago. Gibble at 141, Dykeman at 158. This, the championship in the 158-pound weight class. Dykeman, probably the wrestler of the year in the state with that winning streak.
Yeah, I should say. Gibble's older brother was beat, I guess, last night in the quarterfinals. Another excellent wrestler.
Gibble is a junior, Dykeman a senior. And they're off the mat. We're 51 seconds into the match.
You know, when you get 2 real good kids like this, and it might appear to the casual observer that they're really not doing much, but it's very hard. And a good wrestler who's in against another good wrestler, very often he might go a minute or a minute and a half just setting one move up. He may shoot a half-hearted move one or 2 or 3 times and let this other fella think he's got it blocked. And then the 4th time really hit it. So even though it looks like nothing's happening, there's a half a minute to go, and it's not at all out of the question. They're just saving something for the buzzer.
Scoreless.
They're just too good for each other. Oh, Gibble got in with a single. Not in tight. 79 straight wins seems incredible, doesn't it, Bill? 79, my heavens.
98-2 for his career. Just 10 seconds to go in the first period.
There's Dykman in. Dykman's in with a double. No takedown yet. 3 seconds to go. I doubt he won't get it now. Good counter by. And this is just what I meant, Bill. Dykman waited till there were 10 seconds left, and then he made his shot.
The Timex watch. You own such. Not around. Check with us.
Very heady wrestler.
Fuso, head of the maintenance division here, for his extreme cooperation every year.
Gibble got top position. It looks like he's trying to cradle. I'm just, there's a neutral.
Gibble losing his balance as he goes off the mat. Dykman, the top seed, Gibble seeded second.
Well, now both men got a warning for stalling, and the other two officials agreed with it. I guess it's not a bad call, but I just know that nothing is presenting itself. You see, Dykman made a fair shot at that double that time, but it was nothing like when he was serious that first time. It's just that both men are warned for stalling. Don't leave yourself vulnerable. You may make that other guy get stuck with points. Far out. Dykman's in on a single. And Gibble has no trouble counting. Now Gibble picked up the single. So, Dykman relaxed a little bit, and Gibble took advantage of it. But it'll be a tough move. It'll be tough to get him down with it. Yeah. Gibble's just tried to sweep Dykman's left leg out from under him. This is tough.
Dykman's the one-legged wrestler here with 20 seconds to go in the period.
Yeah, didn't get it.
Counting down, it's still 1-0.
1-0. There are no points, but these boys are working hard. They're just good. It's almost like mirror wrestling. Very evenly matched. Gibble didn't make a move off the whistle there. He just sort of let Dykman establish his ride, and I don't think he can do that with a wrestler of Dykman's caliber. It looks like Gibble's trying. Well, it looked like he was trying to get a wrist lock and maybe set up an elevator. He's obviously a patient wrestler.
Set up an elevator.
Yeah. I wonder what he's trying for down there. For a second, it looked like he was just trying a nice old-fashioned wrist roll or a Granby.
Action starting to pick up. 1:12 left.
Yeah, good rider, Dykman.
Dykman has the lead.
Look here. We might come with
now.
something here. Now, Gibble has his leg locked, but it's still Dykman's control. In the meantime, Dykman is picking up.
Yeah, he's got 50 seconds of riding time. There's 50
right.
seconds left in the match.
Stalemate. Well, that's a good call. Good call, John. Good call. Never mind the boos.
There you see it.
I would say that Gibble.
high school career would end with 99 wins in his career.
See, Gibble didn't come off that whistle with anything. I just don't think you can let a guy like Dykeman establish anything. Off the mat, no control.
32 seconds left.
No change. I think Gibble's complaining to John about stalling up top. We got a caution up top. That was a quick start. Frankly, I thought. Yes, sir. Excellent wrestler. Gibble better shoot for something, I'll tell you. He better risk something.
20 seconds.
No, I'm afraid this is it for Gibble. Dykeman is once he's in control. Look, he's got him flat on his stomach now. Once he's got control like that, Dykeman's too good to
Glances at
give
the
it
clock.
up. Yeah, that's it. Dykeman just.
And Masmano wearing the blue. Now Hinman 30-0. Masmano 31-0. Hinman seeded number 1. Masmano seeded number 2. Both were runner-ups last year in state championships. Hinman second in the state last year at 170, this classification. Masmano second in the state last year at 158. He lost to Bill Dykeman, who just repeated as state champion. So here we are at 170 with the top 2 seeds, 2 undefeated wrestlers, both guys runner-ups in the state last year, both the seniors. This is the last chance to win a state championship.
Hinman had a pin in the semis, and Masmano was involved in a wild and woolly 11-10 match with Amada from Randolph.
Masmano in the blue with the knee braces, and Hinman's in the red. Hinman out of Paulsboro, Masmano out of Belleville. One minute into the first period.
I see the 2 mat judges standing up. They want to stall. I don't know who they want it on. They want it on blue? Okay.
Pete, you said earlier you didn't expect too many pins. This is our 10th match, and we've had 1 pin.
Yeah, well, as I said, at this level, it's pretty tough. And it's 2 seconds, you know. College is 1 second. And that 1 second makes a big difference.
We'd like to offer a thank you to Joe Derillo, who assisted us in our spotting here today.
Joe's all over this place. Great help. Well, I must say that I was just about to say, I think Masmano was stalling a little bit, but just as I said it, of course, he had to make me look bad and take a nice shot. But Hinman seems to be making more attempts at a takedown.
Almost like boxing. The first period, they feel one another out. Not too many points scored, and then when you move into the second, third periods, a lot more points.
Well, now he gave a point. I'm not sure who got that point. Red got the point. Okay.
Well, the period
so he
ends there, and it's 1-0. Hinman on top. He has the lead. Second period underway. Masmano trying to get out of there. Hinman lost his headgear.
Oh.
Whoa.
Picked him up, but he let him down gently. You know, it looked spectacular to the fans, but he didn't really slam him. Certainly nothing close to illegal. The way the rule reads on that, Bill, if you pick a wrestler up off the mat, you're responsible for his safe return to that mat. So he picked him up, but he let him down easy enough. There it comes again.
I don't know if that was a safe return.
That was a little harder. Yeah.
I don't know if that was a safe return. He may be hurt. Masmano may be hurt.
Well,
Hinman trying to explain it.
He got a little carried away, a little
And
overzealous.
Masmano seems to be a bit uncomfortable.
Now, let me tell you what happens here. If Masmano cannot resume wrestling in 3 minutes, he wins. He wins on that. But if he does resume wrestling within 3 minutes, looked, it was early in the match, but it looked to me like Hinman was a little the better of the two.
The doctor advises us that Masmano does have some rib problems, maybe some cartilage damage in there. Ventilation was okay. It may not be a cracked rib, but nevertheless, Masmano injured, and he wins with an injury. Very unusual.
Yes, it is unusual, and it's kind of too bad, but Hinman should have known better.
And here we are at 188 pounds. The top 2 seeds going at it.
Nice takedown. Nice roll through.
Robert Schreiner in the burgundy.
I saw Schreiner from Roselle Park in the semis, and he is strong.
Rick Lovato wearing the blue from Middleton South. Robert Schreiner from Roselle Park. Schreiner, the ¡1 seed. Lovato, the #2 seed. Both the seniors. Schreiner, second last year at 188 pounds. Schreiner, 26-0. Lovato, 30-1.
The winner on that next bout, it was a matter of disqualification. A slam would fall. The boy was injured on it.
Well, there's not an awful lot happening right here, Bill, and this is what happens when you get to the bigger boys. These boys are 188 pounders, and you don't see the finesse and skill that you see with the little guys. But you do see muscle, I'll tell you. They're both big, strong boys. Schreiner's trying to turn him. He's aggressive. He's trying to turn him.
Schreiner, the #1 seed. Runner-up in the state championships last year. Two to nothing. Schreiner leads it.
No, I don't. The fans are getting excited, looking for a pin, but I don't think he's ready for that yet.
Off the mat, 25 seconds to go in the first period.
170-pound medal winner.
Schreiner from Roselle Park on top. He has the lead.
Well, he may be able to tip him with this. I must say, one thing that Schreiner does that impresses me, Bill, is he does seem to look for the pin. He works for the fall.
And that'll do it for period #1. The 11th match of the afternoon. One more to go, the heavyweights.
Looks like he's got a reversal. Looks like Lovato's out. No, he's going to get a neutral, though. He'll get 1 point.
So it's 2-1.
He got 1 and maybe a takedown. There's a takedown. Lovato got 2 and back points. Now another neutral. Now Schreiner's out with a neutral.
3-2. Lovato leads it.
Well,
3-3.
Yeah, 6-3.
And they're totaling up those points.
Yeah, because Lovato got 3 points on that near fall. But it looks like a takedown here for Schreiner. I think Schreiner's going to come out with a 2-pointer right here. No, Lovato's able to scramble. All right, Schreiner was trying to pull him on the mat. Lovato wanted off.
Off the mat with 1:12 to go in the period. Take a deep breath, Coach.
Yeah, that's Frank Antonelli. He gets a little nervous.
Antonelli from Roselle Park. Schreiner's his wrestler. In the other corner, it's Ed Bechtel from Middleton South. Lovato's his wrestler.
Nice. Good try. We got a stalling on Lovato. Lovato's in on a single. There's going to be two. Yes, two. Nice call. Takedown. He came in on that single and got the takedown.
They're still on the mat. And there's the whistle. Well, it's 8-3. Lovato leads it now.
Now we got to. I saw Dick Matarati stand up. I don't know what he wants over there.
Winding down in the middle period.
Oh, all right, he's going to drive. No, he didn't have it. Lovato tried force that half through, but Schreiner's strong. He won't go. Schreiner's working hard. 8-3. He's down by 5. He's got to pull off a good one. He's got one. 8-4.
On the escape. Schreiner from Roselle Park. Going for the leg. A minute and a half to go.
We've got an ankle pick. Off the mat. No control. Well, they're back after that injury timeout. I started to say, Bill, that the rules, at least in college wrestling, I know the rule is that during an injury timeout, Lovato's in on a single. During an injury timeout, the coaches are not permitted to coach their wrestlers. They're merely supposed to tend to the timeout. But I've yet to see it enforced. And in fact, I did have a coach tell me that one time. He's not supposed to be coaching his wrestler over there. And I said, well, I can't really hear what he's talking about.
In basketball, of course, they'll use the injury timeout in the pros as an extra timeout just to stop play.
Oh, sure. Schreiner got a neutral there after being taken down, so it's 10-5 now, Bill.
10-5. Lovato leads it with 30 seconds to go in the period.
Now we got a Dick. I see Dick Matarati standing up. He wants a stalling for somebody. Mershak agreed, and he awarded Schreiner a point because Lovato was stalling. Well, let me tell you, Lovato may have been stalling, but he's up 10-5 in the finals.
Now.
10-6. There's no reason for him to be stupid. No reason for him to do anything dangerous. I've always felt, Bill, just like in basketball, if you're winning by 2 points with a minute to go, you don't play the same game as if you're losing by 2 points with a minute to go. That's it. Lovato did it.
There it is.
That was a tough match.
At 188 pounds. Wearing red, Wilson in the white. Heavyweights, two unseeded wrestlers, both won 6-5 decisions in the semis to get here. And Pete, I don't expect too much finesse here, but a lot of strength and muscle.
Well, that's right, and I think, Bill, that you're not going to see a real lot of activity. You know, traditionally the heavyweights don't really have all that much movement. And you see a lot of mauling and a lot of stalling and tugging and just not a whole lot of activity. And they're always very, very difficult matches. There you go. Bob Duckworth just called both men for stalling. They're difficult matches for a referee to work. I hate to work heavyweights.
Hayes with a 27-1 record for Trenton.
Oh, yeah. All right. Joe Hayes just whipped him over.
Jack Wilson from Middlesex. Pete.
Sorry about that. All right, I'm sorry about that. You know, let me tell you, Joe Hayes is making some kind of history because he is the first. It's famous for its basketball, and it's famous for being not too good in wrestling. But Joe Hayes is doing what he can to change that. Bear hug, oh, bear hug, and the big boys went off. Joe Hayes is changing, and Larry Parker, who's only been coaching at Trenton High for a few years now, is doing a good job. They get no feeder program, so he has to start kids out in the 10th grade and teach them how to wrestle. Well, Joe Hayes, you see, I've seen him a few times, Bill, and he's an opportunist wrestler. When something comes up, he can usually do it. Like just now, when Wilson shot in, made the move, and Hayes was able to whip him over to his back with it. But as you correctly pointed out, Hayes, as you correctly pointed out, Bill, neither of these boys is going to show you much finesse. They're just tugging and mauling. This is the closest thing to the professional.
Go get him, Joe!
First period winding down.
Yeah, Hayes is up 2-1, Bill. Hayes had the takedown, and then Wilson had the escape. So Hayes is up 2-1. Yeah, there's a little confusion here because they have these markers in the wrong corners right now, but Hayes is the red.
Come on, Joe!
Wilson has a nice stand-up. As off the mat, easy does it. As heavyweights go, switch attempt. Wilson started a switch attempt and then came right to his feet. Oh, no, that one was okay. His feet hit first. That was okay. Bill, I think everybody's a little nervous now.
Jack Wilson from Middlesex. Wilson undefeated.
He's got a nice stand-up, Wilson. Hayes hanging on with that single leg off the mat. And this also happened. Well, false start up top. Wilson's got his neutral. He faced him. He's got his neutral. 1 point.
Off the mat again.
Wilson's in on a double. No, Hayes managed to pull off it. Now, Bill, stall calls become very critical in matches like this where you don't have a lot of finesse. Now, the official very difficult. I don't know how you. Whoa, Wilson in on a double. He's going to get 2 out of it. Hayes off the mat.
Well, Wilson had just tied it at 3.
Gave a takedown.
Get up, Joe! Get up!
Watch it.
Jack Wilson and Joe Hayes, heavyweights.
He's out. There's a point for Hayes. He's out. He manages to get in. There's another
Wilson,
takedown.
2 points.
Wilson manages to get in on that double. Hayes has to sprawl when that. Hayes trying to stand up.
Trying to get out of there for 1 point.
Illegal class. Well, there's an illegal class.
1 second left in the period.
Wait a minute now. Did he give him the neutral? Oh.
And that's it.
The way the rule reads.
All right, so here we go, the final 2 minutes. Heavyweights. Wilson in the white leads it 7-5. He's on top. Hayes trying to get out of there.
Now Wilson's trying to cradle Hayes to his back.
And he does it.
No hesitation. If he'd have been able to stick him there for a second, then he would have picked up back points on that, but there was no hesitation.
Well, he's got the advantage here as far as advantage time, riding time.
Well, oh, now he's going to figure for the head. Now here's back points.
Here's back points. Yes, he pinned him.
Second pin of the day. Jack Wilson, happy young man.
Well,
Undefeated wrestler, wins the heavyweight with a pin
he did a
in the
good
third
job.
period.
He's a tough kid. Both boys did a good job. That's what people look for from heavyweights. They like to see the pins. Very strong. Once he got that figure 4 on his head, I kind of figured that was it.
2 pins, 9 decisions, and a very unusual disqualification.
All right.
So it's been an outstanding afternoon of wrestling. Another high school season comes to a close. Pete, anything out here today surprise you at all?
Nothing really surprised me except that